Hello everyone, I'm Frankie D. Cruz. Today we're talking about, do your genetics rule you? A frank discussion. No pun intended. Because this is a question I really had to grapple with growing up, because for anyone who knows my story, I was born legally blind. I was born disabled. And I really had to have this, for a long time, I really did think my genetics ruled me. And I thought it would be good to have this discussion with others, because I know many people wonder, man, like, just fitness and like that stuff just doesn't really seem cut out for me. I just don't seem like good for it, and I don't go ahead and get the results I want or something like that, and I don't know, maybe I'm just not built for it. So let's look at genetic role in your body. Your DNA is your body's blueprint. That is true. Okay, it is true. It determines many things in your life. It is a factor you cannot avoid. It is there. It is permanent, and you can't change it. They determine your eye and hair color, your muscle fiber composition. It determines so much about you. They are your inheritance from your parents. So, look, no matter what sort of background you come from, you always get this inheritance. You are the DNA of your parents. Okay? That's what you get from them, is you get those different traits from them. And they're one of, if not the biggest, unchangeable factors in your life. I would say they are the biggest unchangeable factor in your life. Alright. So, is that all there is to it? No, it's not. Okay, in my view, it is not. Alright. This is a nature versus nurture discussion. That's what this really is. Coming down to a philosophical level. But philosophical can come down to actual research study, which thankfully there has been. Because yes, you do have a natural disposition towards some things. That is simply true. All right, there was a study done with sets of twins. All right, and those twins were tested. All right, if they were separated at birth, how different would they be? Would they be the same? Because that would prove nature, right? That would prove that no, you just have a nature and that's it. Well, yes, they all did have a natural disposition. You can go ahead and have a certain level of, say, muscle fiber composition. That can make you so that way you are more predisposed to being, say, better at ballistic exercise or more better at endurance exercises. But it is equally as important is your environment, which is nurture. Okay? They're both equal. They are equally important to you. So yes, you can go ahead and still train however you want to train. And perhaps you're not going to go ahead and not be going with your natural disposition, but that doesn't mean you still can't go ahead and do what you want to do. Alright? And they both influence each other. As in, your nature can go ahead and affect how you're nurtured. Because, people learn different ways. People can go ahead and be, some people are more like hands-on learners, alright? Which, that's a bit of how I am. Right? I like to go and get my hands on in things. I like to learn, like doing it. But then there's also nurture can go and influence your nature. Alright, because if you learn something and you are like taught a specific way to do things, eventually your nature is going to be like, alright, fine. Well, it'll be influenced to go and do things that way, the way you were nurtured. Now let's talk about some other factors to consider. Alright, when talking about this whole discussion. There's your emotions. Okay. There's your habits. There's your starting point, alright, meaning where you are right now, and your endpoint, where you want to be. You have to take all these things into consideration, because everything is about progress. Progress happens whether you know it or not, whether you control it or not. The only thing you can control is the outcome of that progress, because that's all anything ever is. Everything is progress. Everything. I don't care what it is, everything is progress. It is either positive or negative progress, or it's neutral. But either way, it is still progress. And if you're wondering, how can something be neutral progress? All right, well, talk about a business who goes ahead and goes forward through time, and they just keep at a steady level of revenue. That's neutral progress. Their profits didn't go up, they didn't go down, they stayed the same. But it still doesn't mean nothing happened. A whole bunch of stuff still happened in between. And I need you to go ahead and think about this, alright? When you go ahead and want to train a specific way, your emotions, alright, They are very important. What if you don't want to go ahead and do something? What if you don't want to do a specific way of training? Well, okay, well then don't do it, because it's not going to be conducive to going ahead and nurturing yourself. The same thing with your habits. Your habits will influence a lot of what you do. And working with your habits can be a whole lot easier than going ahead and just changing them all to be a specific way. Now, you can do that, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. Heck no. But knowing your starting point, knowing your end point, and being able to reverse engineer your end point to make the tinier goals, that's going to be the most important thing. To me, at least. So here's my personal take. You cannot change what you are. I can't change that I'm legally blind. I'm legally blind. I was born that way. That's never going to go ahead and change. But you can change who you are, just like I did. I used to go ahead and be the shy kid or the nervous kid. I was socially awkward and didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to. If you told me a few years ago, oh yeah, you would be making a bunch of videos for random strangers on the internet, I'd tell you, are you crazy? I'm not going to do that. But here I am. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. So yes, you can change who you are. You can change what you do. Okay? Because no one can make you do something in most circumstances. Alright, in most circumstances, no one can make you do anything. So you can change what you do. You can change what you do. So the number one thing to take away is experiment. Really, go ahead and experiment with what you do. Do not go ahead and simply say, well, I'm stuck with this one thing even though I don't like it. No, go ahead and experiment, because you never know. You never know what will happen. Because yes, hard work is greater than genetics. I truly believe that. If you have hard work and you apply yourself and you do with good training, you can be someone who's genetically predisposed to something. You really can. But if you go ahead and you find something that you like and that you're genetically predisposed towards, you'll be better than everyone. And that is the truth. Hard work plus genetics will beat everything. So that's why you should experiment. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try. And guess what? Maybe it'll be the thing. Maybe it'll be the thing that clicks. And if you're genetically predisposed to it, you'll be amazing at it. So, I'm Frankie D. Cruz. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, and I will go ahead and see you in the next video.